All right, might get started. Cool. So thank you very much for turning up. Hopefully it wasn't too difficult to register and get yourself sorted. My name is Sam. I'm from the Applications Engineering and Training team at Jands. And this is all fairly brand new to us. We are still experimenting a little bit with the GoToWebinar platform, and hopefully the content that we like to provide still comes through relatively okay. I do apologize. There is someone doing a little bit of gardening in my yard at the just next door neighbor's yard at the moment. So just if you can hear that, I do apologize, but hopefully you can hear me okay. So we just want to just quickly run through just some of the online training resources that we at Jands have kind of worked on over the past little while, and how things have changed slightly and how you can still do things from the comfort of your own home. If you do have questions at any point, feel free to type them out or raise your hand, and we can get those hopefully answered. But let's see how we go. So first off, I just want to cover primarily just the online training resources that we have right now. There are quite a few avenues for these training resources, but we've tried to make it as easy as possible for you to access everything. So first off, we have the Jands website that you can see on my screen at the moment. So the Jands website is going to be the best place to hop in and navigate around between the multiple training resources that we have. The easiest way of going about this is using our ribbon at the top here. Once you come to the website, just hover over training and click on that. You'll then be taken to our training and certification page. If we scroll down just a little bit, you'll see we have a couple of different options, right? Now, before everything turned into working from home, we did have these instructor-led classroom training sessions, which included L-acoustics system fundamentals, Shaw advanced wireless training, Biamp to Sierra Forte, Ampetronic installer training, as well as ETC EOS training as well. I'll explain how those may work just a little bit later on, but just in the middle here, we have our online courses. Now, depending on which one you click on, will take you to our Jands training website. At the Jands training website, this is where we host the online training resources from Shaw, Biamp, and Ampetronic. Depending on which one you click on, you will be taken to the website and the appropriate filter will be placed. So just say, for example, I clicked on Shaw, you'll be taken straight to the Shaw, the Shaw filtered component of our Jands training webinar, training website, sorry. If we go ahead and deselect that filter, you will then be given and shown access to all the courses we currently have on our training site at the moment. What you can do is you can go down, you can scroll through and just have a look and see what kind of different training modules there are. So as you can see right at the top here, just because they're in alphabetical order, we have a lot here from Biamp. If we go down a little bit further, click this arrow, we can start to see a few more of the courses that we're hosting on this page here. Some of these are created by Jands. So we have these little training modules that we have gone ahead, created some content for, using material that's provided to us from whether it's Furman, Ampetronic, KRK, for example, or we have things like the Shaw Advanced Wireless Training Certification. Again, I'll explain a little bit more about this later on. But as you can see, we can go ahead and click on, for example, the Shaw Integrated Systems Certification Level 1. It will then take it to the page explaining what this is all about. Now, we can't start this immediately. We need to ensure that we have a login for the website. If you do not have a login, it's relatively easy. Up in the very top of the page, at any point in our training website, there is a button up here called Sign Up. You click on that and you go ahead and fill out your details. You will then send a notification through to one of us to activate such. And as soon as we've activated it, you'll then have access to the entire course library that we have on our website. So if you don't have a login, I highly recommend finding the Jands training website from the jands.com.au webpage, signing up, and once you have signed up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in quickly. So I'll just log in with my details. Yes, that should be the login. Just quickly, just so you can see what's here. So as a learner, I should say, not an administrator, the course catalog is our friend. So this is the page that we just recently saw. If we have a look at, for example, something that maybe I haven't registered for, unfortunately, I've registered for a lot of training on our website here. If we take, for example, the KRKV Series 4 overview, if we click on this course, again, we can see the material that's going to be part of it. We can then click on Get This Course, and from this point, we can start doing the training. So if I click on Start or Resume Course, it will take me to the first module within this training course, right? So in this case, it will be a video. For example, this one is a YouTube video. So I can click on play here, and then it'll play the material. Once we have gone ahead and watched the video, we can hit complete and continue, go ahead and finish off the course, whatever that may end up being. We can navigate through our courses through the top right component, just hovering over the title of the course and quickly navigating to each section. Just say, for example, we have gone ahead and been like, all right, I need to stop right now. You know, I'm 30% of the way through, but something's come up. That is perfectly fine. You know, we can leave this for later on. If we go back to the main page, you will see all the different courses that I have subscribed to. Some of them I have not yet completed. But we can also see that, for example, where's my KRK series overview? I've completed 33% of that. On our main page here, we can then click on that specific course and it'll take us straight back into that module, allowing us to continue where we left off. Now, this isn't all that brand new. There is some content that has been here for a little bit. Just one of the courses I'd like to mention is the Shore Integrated Systems Certification. So if we scroll all the way down here, I've already completed these, but if you sign up for the Shore Integrated Systems Certification Level 1, this will then redirect you to the Shore training site to complete the Integrated Systems Certification. I'm not going to explain in too much detail what the actual certification is about. You can do a little bit of research regarding that. But in short, the idea is that, you know, Shore have a range of installation products and they want to ensure that people are installing and operating these products correctly. So just say, for example, I am brand new to this course and I want to go ahead and complete the training. We do not host the entire training module on our website. We do a redirect to the Shore Training Institute. And this is where I'll move on to the next page. So we can access the Shore Training Institute from one of these Shore modules here. As we can see, one of the modules down here is the SAI login intro. If we were to go ahead and go straight to that component of this training course, there is a little blurb here saying that you will require a Shore Audio Institute account. Now, if we were to go ahead and continue, it will then ask us to access the certification, access the Shore Audio Institute. We can go ahead and click here to start. It will then give us a new pop-up window. Hopefully you guys can see that, asking us to sign up or log into the Shore Audio Institute. All right. So this is the next online training resource that we have. You can either access it through the training website, which I've just mentioned, or you can access it directly from the Shore website. So if you go to shore.com and make sure you're on the Americas USA component for specific reasons, which I won't really get into. But if you head across to support at the top, you'll find the Shore Audio Institute, and this is Shore's online training platform. So if we go ahead and click on Shore Audio Institute, it will explain what the Shore Audio Institute is all about. Or then talk about a couple of different training modules and different certifications that they have. But if we click on the online training, it will take us to the US Learning Portal, which is the same platform which came up in our pop-up window. So it's a few more clicks, but you can access it from the Shaw website if you need to as well. But again, highly recommend doing it through our online training platform. Make it a little bit easier. From here, Shaw use the same platform that we use, so it's a fairly similar process. You would go ahead and ask to sign up, fill in your details, and they would then need to activate that account. As soon as that's been activated, you can hit login, put in your details, make sure they're right, which I didn't at first, and then similar sort of layout. We have our course catalog asking us to register for specific courses. Feel free to have a look through. There are some great courses here, like talking about the SE earphones and the updates to those. The Enablement Rooms technical enablement training is something that I highly recommend. This will give you a general technical overview of the new Enablement Room software. There is also information for some more of the retail products like the Motive range, as well as some more of the installation products such as Microflex Complete, as well as the Enablement P300, and then also some basic courses such as Wired Microphones 101 for people who are just starting out in the industry, or potentially wireless basics. And again, it's a similar sort of process. You click on the course that you want. It'll give you a general overview about what that course is, hit get this course, and start the training. So relatively simple process, relatively easy to get up and running. For all the modules that we host on the Jands training website, and then also these Shaw Audio Institute modules, these are all considered free. You know, you can log in anytime. You don't need to pay for a thing. Log in for free, sign up for free, complete the course for free. So that's the Jands and the Shaw training pages. Like I said, using the same platform backbone. With my tabs at the top, you can probably see what else we're going to have a look through. But first, I just want to hop back to the Jands training website. So similar to the Shaw Audio Institute, we also host Biamp training material as well. There is some material that, again, we have created, such as what is Devio, but then there is also official certifications that Biamp have that they host on their website. For example, the Biamp to Sierra Forte certification. This is an online training course that Biamp have created and you access via their website. So just say, for example, we wanted to go and complete the Biamp to Sierra Forte certification. It's going to be a similar sort of process. It's going to go through, give me a bit of a description about what the course is about. And it's worth noting that this is hosted on the Biamp Education Experience site. So if I go ahead, complete, let's continue, it's going to ask me to go to the Biamp Education Experience site. So if I click here, it will take me to that page. Now it's going to ask me for a login here, right? Again, we'll have to utilize a different platform, so we'll need a separate login for this. You can sign up through this page here, or if you have a biamp.com email address already, you should be able to access this website. So again, I'm going to log in. Again, hopefully it's the right material, credentials. And then it's going to take me to my training page, right? So we're currently sitting on my courses here at the moment. It's worth noting that we don't use the Biamp Education Experience to register for courses. It can get a little bit confusing. If you haven't registered for the course previously, then it's not going to show up here, and there's no real way of accessing that immediately. The way that we have to go around that is accessing it through the Biamp website. Right? We can give you a set of instructions on how to do this, or if you are confused, feel free to get in touch with us and we will point you in the right direction. But when you head to the Biamp website, there is a training tab here. We can then click on that. It's then going to take us to the training overview page within the Biamp website. If I, oh, maybe I have to click on training overview. There we go. So then it's going to give me a general overview about what Biamp have on offer for online and in-person training. If we scroll down a little bit, we can see the online component. And just say, for example, we wanted to complete that Tercero Forte certification. We can click on Tercero Forte. Down a little bit further, there's a few different languages we can complete the certification in, but it's just going to explain what the course is, ask you to go to the Biamp Experience, Education Experience website, but we enroll from here. So as soon as we hit enroll from here, it's going to ask us to put in our login credentials. It's going to send a notification to the Biamp team, who will then approve you to complete the course. From there, you come back to the Education Experience website. For Tercero Forte, for example, I can go ahead, click on that, and it's going to show me everything that is going to need to be completed to complete the Tercero Forte online certification. I won't go into any of the modules here. Again, that's for you guys to have a look at. And if you have any questions, you can ask me about that. So that applies for pretty much any of the online modules that Biamp offer. So these are the official certifications. There are, like I said before, with the online, the Jands training online site, we have a couple of different curated courses for accessing the Devio, utilizing Devio, as well as accessing the software to control Devio, as well as accessing some of the Cambridge Sound Management certifications as well. So have a look through those. We do appreciate having people look through those and giving us feedback about how those are going and whether we need to add anything if there are difficult questions or if there's anything that's a little bit confusing. Anyway, so once you've completed your certification, you can get a certificate and you are now sorted and ready to go with your certification. All right. So server, Lux, VoIP, audio for technicians. So that's the Jands training website, the Shore training website, and the Biamp training website. Are there any questions, concerns? Am I rushing through things? Anything like that so far? Feel free to raise your hand or ask a question. I'll have a quick sip of water. Cool. I'm going to assume that there are no questions at this stage. So the next set of modules I want to go over are the animatronic ones. Again, we do have our online training website, which has a couple of animatronic-based courses listed here. Let's try and filter that again. So we have the animatronic installer training certification. This coincides with a in-person training program run by one of our application engineers, Jacob Mumford. But we do also have a couple of other smaller modules here for people to understand a little bit more about animatronic and hearing loops in general. So again, something pretty cool. There is going to be hopefully some more content in the works coming from animatronic, which we will then update on our website here. And that's pretty much it for animatronic at this stage. L-Acoustics do have some online training as well, but this primarily comes in the form of some live streamed webinars that they have hosted. So they have put those into a playlist on YouTube. I can give you the link to this playlist, or if you just search L-Acoustics YouTube playlist, it will bring you up with these videos here, giving you an overview of the A series, so some of the new products, and then also working within Sound Vision and utilizing the software to creating a functional L-Acoustics system. So the videos are fairly lengthy. They do host these webinars for free. You just need to sign up through a L-Acoustics link that we can provide if needed as well. Any questions on Amplitronic or L-Acoustics? That's pretty much kind of what we have on offer at this stage. Nope. Okay. So those are pretty much all of the audio-based online training resources that we have through Jands, that is. We can then move on to the lighting side of things. Now, I'm not much of a lighting technician myself. We can point you in the right direction for getting the correct information for lighting, but we have access to the ETC Connect website, which have a few courses on operating different consoles, some essential information, and all of this has been provided for free. So as you can see, there is a $0 value associated with these courses. I believe that these were provided at a small cost, but due to certain circumstances, these have now been provided for free. So have a look through, sign up to the website, and feel free to have a play through with learning how to operate different types of ETC-based consoles. There is also a video tutorial page that they have on their website, which you can access through their support and training tab up the top. There's a video tutorials link here. You can go ahead and again get kind of quick pieces of information from the ETC crew about how to again operate different types of their consoles and just a little bit of extra handy information. So more and more of these companies are providing webinar-based training as well as video-based training. So it makes it easy to kind of stop and start whenever you kind of really need to as well. But again, all of this is provided for free, makes it relatively easy to learn a new skill during these times. And then the last thing I just wanted to quickly mention before I get into any sort of future potential training, this webinar in particular is going to be the start, well, it's actually the second webinar that we've hosted, is going to be in a continuation of weekly webinars that we're going to be hosting. We're going to have a few different webinars per week that we do recommend hopping into or registering for. You can access this list of webinars through the Jands website. If you hop into news, and then up the front, we've got this Jands webinar program, which will most likely be updated from week to week, pending information. But from here, you can at least see the modules that we'll have listed for the entire week. So for example, after this webinar, we will be hosting a Shaw Wireless Workbench Q&A. If you have not registered for that just as of yet, you still have time to do so. But we also have a few others throughout the week as well. It's primarily going to be on a Tuesday, Thursday type basis, but there may be a few others scattered through there throughout the week. So if you want to register for a training course, for a webinar, sorry. So just say, for example, I wanted to register for this Wireless Workbench Q&A happening in a couple of hours. I can click on the title, and then it's going to take me to the registration page for that. So then I can go ahead, put my information in. It's going to give me the time, and then it's going to send me the link to join via an email. From there, join when you're ready at the appropriate time, and you should be up and running and ready to go. It's worth noting as well that, again, this is all fairly brand new to us as well. We are coming up with a couple of different ideas for what we would like to run as webinar-based content. But at the bottom of our page here, feel free to give us a little bit of information regarding whether we're doing something right, whether we're doing something wrong, or potentially what kind of content you'd like to see in relation to the brands that we represent. So whether there's something from the shore production or commercial side of things, whether it's Biamp, L-Acoustics, Ampetronic, ETC, or potentially, you know, any of the other brands that we represent that don't necessarily have online training resources immediately, like Roby, for example, don't have a huge amount of official training resources. They do have quite a lot of videos, but you know, that could be something that we need to develop. You know, so let us know what you'd like to see through this link here, or send through an email to anyone at Jands, preferably support@jands.com.au. Now, that's primarily it for the online training resources that we have currently up and running. Now, I mentioned before that on our training and certification page here, we did have instructor-led classroom training previously. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to run those for now. We are currently looking into how we can run these online in bite-sized pieces to make it easy for people to ingest the content. This is where we're going to need a little bit of feedback. So providing us some content, providing us some information such as what you would like to see, if there's a specific training course that you would like to see online, would definitely help us out quite a lot. We are looking into running the Shore Advanced Wireless Training Seminar, as well as the Biamp range of online certifications as well, in a bit more of a, I wouldn't say hand holding, but more of an instructor-led based training webinar. So if you would like to see that information, I'd recommend sending us an email at support@jands.com.au. That way we can see that information coming in and we get a bit of an idea as to what people would like to see. Now, there are other industry bodies out there offering online training content as well, especially within our industry. The first one to note is the AVIXA group. So if we go to, not necessarily their training website, but if we go to the AVIXA website, the AVIXA group do provide a great range of AV-based and installation-based training resources. You would have to go ahead and create a login for this, and through their training and certification component of the website, you can access a lot of their what were paid for training modules, but now have been provided for a free cost. If you'd like some information about how to access all of that, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction. But that is primarily it for all of the training resources that we have online at this stage. Were there any questions, anything you'd like me to quickly go over, anything that you think I might have potentially missed? Not seeing anything come through. Give it another moment or two. All right. I'll assume that there aren't any questions regarding the online training resources that we have. Like I said before, if there is any major concern, feel free to email us through at support@jands.com.au. So this email address that I currently have on my screen at the moment, and we are more than happy to point you in the correct direction. So thank you for showing up. Like I said at the beginning, we really do appreciate it. This is all fairly brand new to us. Feel free to give us some feedback. Otherwise, thank you for coming and get training. Cool. Thanks, guys. I'm going to end the presentation now. And oh, sorry, got a question. Oh no, it's just a thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much.